A few of Wendy's new friends built a small house at the edge of the jungle. They were willing to put up with the added trouble of jungle slimes and bats because they enjoyed being so close to nature. However, recently, there was a giant bee that was buzzing around the house and attacking them whenever they would try to leave. These villagers were no match for the bee, but Wendy was willing to help. She knew what it was like to lose her home, and she wasn't going to let that happen to her friends. It was time to face the giant queen bee. Welcome back. This is Rito here with another Terraria Journey's End Master Mode playthrough episode. We are doing a melee class, and last episode we defeated the Brain of Cthulhu. We got some sweet new weapons, although all of the modifiers are really bad, and I think I just killed a ladybug. I think that's bad. Oh well. We'll be fine. Maybe that's why our modifiers keep getting so bad. We've got the unhappy blood butcher and the broken meatball, but we will find the goblin this episode and we will fix all of that, hopefully. At the end of episode 4, I imported the builds from all of the build contest winners, and you see we've got so many cool builds now all over our world, and we've got some teleporters, so as NPCs move in, we'll be able to teleport around our map, which will be great. And over here is where we've got our Meteorite. So let's start blowing this up. And I just have a bunch of sticky bombs. And that should clear this out pretty easily. Oh no, is it not bombable anymore? Interesting. I didn't think they would do that. Okay, well, I guess this is gonna be a lot of work to mine this up. Man, they don't want to make this easy on us, do they? So we probably will just grab enough to make a phase saber, or phase sword, or whatever they're called, the lightsabers. Okay, well I think that is enough. So let's head back to base and get away from that. And we've got 104 meteorite, so let's see what we can craft from all of that. And it looks like we got a thunderstorm that just started. Looks like we can craft a purple phase saber or an orange phase saber. So let's just go with a purple one. I think that'll be good. And let's see how this compares to some of our other weapons. It seems to be about the same damage as Star Fury, and about the same damage as our Blood Butcher. Instead of going out in the rain and the thunder and all that, I think we're just going to go ahead and sleep through this rainstorm. I think for today's episode, it would be nice to go down into the underworld and grab a few things. So we definitely need an obsidian skin potion. Let's head down to the underworld and see if we can get any hellstone, because that would be super helpful. Maybe we can get like the fire boomerang before we go to the jungle. That'd be pretty nice. All of this stuff usually drops some good potions and everything too. We also need to find a hell forge. Ooh, this is not good. Okay, well we found a hell forge. Let's get some hellstone here. All we need is enough to make the fire greatsword. I think we could kill this guy now. Oh man, they've got a lot of health. But yeah, we just need enough for the weapons. For now, I think we can stick with our current gear as far as armor and everything, because the crimson armor is pretty good. And we probably don't even need to use a potion, the obsidian potions right now, because we can just grab some of this stuff just from the comfort of these little obsidian houses. Okay, maybe we will just use an obsidian potion really quickly, and that way we can just head right down here and grab all of this hellstone. It's so much easier just to use a obsidian skin potion. And it gives us, I think, 6 minutes. That's a lot. I'm used to death mode where it doesn't let you do this. We've got some obsidian in our base from when we built our elevator, so I think we should probably have enough. I think we had like 60 or 70, and we've already got 134 hellstone. Maybe let's get like 200 hellstone or something, and then we're probably going to be good to go. Man, these imps are really annoying though, shooting their little fireballs across. He doesn't give up, does he? Luckily, I can kind of mine and block the fireballs at the same time. I think that's enough, so let's head back to base, and let's see what we got. We can switch our Hellforge out. That'll be good. And then let's start crafting. So we can craft 50 hellstone bars, and then we've still got 128 hellstone. Now that we have our enchanted boomerang in our inventory, we can craft it into the flamerang, which is amazing. And of course, we got a broken flamerang. Oh my goodness. At least we got a strong fiery greatsword. And let's go ahead and do a molten pickaxe as well. Shameful. It must be something with this luck that I'm not remembering. I mean, I killed that ladybug at the start of the episode, but I've been filming for maybe 15-20 minutes since then. So I would assume that the luck wouldn't last like more than like 10 minutes. Now we've put all of our stuff away and we've got some new weapons. It is time to head on over to the jungle, and hopefully we will find the Goblin Tinkerer as we explore the jungle, because I think he will spawn in there if we're down there for a while. And one thing I think I'm going to need to do at some point is make a separation in one of these houses, or somehow make a third valid NPC house over here, and that way we can put a pylon so we can teleport to the jungle easier. But I'll figure that out later. It is nice to have some new weapons that actually can do some damage. And I think this is the first time we've gone into the jungle at all during this playthrough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Danger Sense, Spelunker, and a Shine, and that will just make things a lot more efficient, and we can go through really quickly. Oh, we got a aglet. That's good for our lightning boots. Before I started playing modded Terraria, I really never used buffs and stuff, but now I use them all the time. Like if I have potions, I'm just going to go ahead and use them, because before I would just kind of hoard my potions and I never ended up using any. But spelunkers and, you know, a shine potion, things like this just make such a difference. We already found the Anklet of the Wind and an aglet. Pretty awesome. Man, this is such a nice sword to have. I forget how good this sword is, because usually I immediately turn it into the Knight's Edge. But it's nice to have it before Skeletron, because you can't upgrade it any farther. Oh my goodness. Oh, I guess that's the jungle temple over there. Yeah, that must be the jungle temple. I'm going to shoot some stars over here so we can map it out so we remember. I saw all those traps over there and was wondering what was up. Well, so far we found a bunch of treasure, but really not much that's helpful for us. We are picking up some jungle spores and things like that, so that's good. We've got a beehive over here. Good to know. I don't think I want to do the bee fight just yet. We're going to need a good arena for that, because I think it's going to be quite difficult in master mode. Now, I don't even think we really need to kill the queen bee before killing Skeletron, because we're going to get that sword, but I don't think that sword's going to be that useful. The bee bow is really powerful against Skeletron, but the sword, not so much. Ooh, there's lava. This isn't good. One knockback could really take us out here. So maybe let's go a little bit higher. It's nice to be able to do some damage against these mobs down here. Ooh, sweet, we've got another treasure. Let's go grab that. One of the things I like doing is wearing the accessory that makes slimes friendly. It helps out quite a bit in the jungle, especially when we still haven't gotten our Tinkerer. Oh my goodness, we just got the Tinkerer. Oh my gosh, I like inverse jinxed myself there by mentioning him. Feels pretty good. We've got a Tinkerer now. We just need to make sure we don't get messed up trying to get to them. Okay. Now we got our goblin. This is going to be huge. We're going to have like 5 big upgrades right away. And yeah, let's do some reforges while we're out here. We might as well. Let's try to get this reforged. Okay, Keen is fine. And let's go ahead and just buy a Tinkerer workshop. And then probably some rocket boots. I think that's good for now. And we could just set this down and make a Spectre boot right here. So let's put on our Spectre boots. So now we can actually fly. And in fact, I think we can make lightning boots with what we've got. Yeah, we can make lightning boots straight away. And then when we get back to base, we'll make our amphibian boots as well. The one thing I'm really wanting to find though is the gauntlet in here, because that can craft into some melee accessories later on. Another thing we need to do is go up into the sky, see if we can find any last floating islands, because if we can find some floating islands that have a balloon in them, we'll be able to craft some better accessories with our balloon and our bottles and stuff. Whoa, is this a whole bunch of diamonds? Sweet. Wow, this is 17, 18, 21, 25 diamonds all in one spot. I think with the new update, the underground desert seems to be more challenging than the jungle, which is kind of surprising. But mainly it's those little cactus balls, I think, that do just an insane amount of damage. And they're so unpredictable, they'll like roll uphill and stuff. So I think exploring the jungle is surprisingly, I mean, it's familiar, which also makes it easier. Whoa, we've got so many piranhas. Unfortunately, our inventory is getting quite full, so it might be good to head back to base and kind of put some stuff away, but we could probably do a little bit more exploration. Maybe let's see if we can get around these guys. Whoa, we just randomly avoided that boulder right there. Oh no. That would have been such a clutch move by the bees. Those little tiny bees knocked me into the boulder I was trying to break. Luckily I missed the boulder, but that would have been crazy. I wonder if this flaming greatsword will be a good option against the wall of flesh. I may need to use something that has distance though. I don't know. The wall of flesh might be fairly impossible using a melee class. We'll have to see. I've heard kind of some really rough stories about how hard it can be to do melee wall of flesh. Man, this jungle's got a lot of treasure in it. This is great. Oops. Oh no. I was trying to throw away my recall potion and I accidentally recalled back to my base. Oh well. We can put away all this stuff. Well, at least we can do our amphibian boots. So let's grab those. And we can switch those off for the gel. Now we can do some crafting. Maybe we'll do the blade of grass. That would be a good thing to craft. I guess we don't have enough to make the chakram. Let's see what that requires. We need 9 stingers and we only have 6. So we'll just go ahead and keep all this and we'll get that another time. Let's go ahead and use another gravitation potion. And this time let's head a little bit farther over and hopefully we can find a balloon. That would be really nice. Okay, here we go. But this is just a floating lake. So let's keep on going. We found another floating island. And we have a Savage Star Fury. Well, that's better than the one we've got. Plus some regeneration potions are always nice. So let's head back to base and let's head over to the right side of our map. Sweet. Another sky island. And what do we got here? Yes, we finally got our balloon. That feels great. And we've got 26 seconds, so let's just see if there's any other islands over here. Usually there aren't many islands towards the edge of the maps, so I kind of give up if I get kind of 2/3 over to the one side or the other. Yeah, we probably don't have any more islands. So there are a few more accessories we can combine. We've got the obsidian water walking boots, which is the obsidian skull and the water walking boots. And then we can do the cloud and a balloon. And then we can combine that with our lucky horseshoe and go the blue horseshoe balloon. And then we can also combine our climbing claws and our shoe spikes to make the climbing gear. I'm probably not going to use either of those, but it'll be nice to have. Between episodes, I actually added another base, and it's currently the Goblin's house, but we're probably going to have some different people move in here soon. So this is actually a really awesome build from Wilson, so thank you so much for making this build. It looks great. Unfortunately, right now it's being invaded by the meteor heads. I'm going to do a little bit more reforging, and then we will continue our adventure. I have done a ton of prep because I want to fight the Queen Bee. I feel like the Queen Bee should be fought before Skeletron usually, so we're going to go ahead and do it that way. I don't think we really need any of the upgrades we can get from the Queen Bee for Skeletron, but I still think it would be fun to fight her at this point in the game. So let's go ahead and use our teleporter to head on over to the jungle. And I've done some changes over here. I used T-Edit to duplicate this house, and then I made a couple changes. I might change it a little bit more to make it look a little bit more different, but I think it looks pretty cool to have the 3 houses, and that gives us the ability to have a full biome house here, and I kind of extended this bridge over here. So that's this area right there, and then I have a little elevator that goes down, and it's got to stop right here, which leads over to an arena that I built. Oh, and I've been using the Brain of Confusion because a lot of people had mentioned that it's been improved, and I'm pretty impressed with how good it is now. So here is our Queen Bee arena. We've got some campfires, and we have heart lanterns, lots of good stuff in the arena here, and I think we're going to be ready to go to fight the Queen Bee. So let's go ahead and summon the Queen Bee and apply our buffs, and let's see how this goes. I think I'm gonna have to do the flame ring. This is going to be such a long fight. Okay, we'll try using the fiery greatsword during the phases when she's staying still. Man, this is going to take forever. I really wish enemies didn't spawn during the boss fight, because that's kind of a drag. This is a bit more tricky than I was thinking, but we can do some pretty good damage at these phases right here. It's almost like you just need to dodge all the enemies and then wait around until she stops shooting her little stingers, because this boomerang really not that valuable to me. Okay, so now we attack with our sword. And we can do a dash into the queen, and that's pretty nice because it'll give us a little immunity frame. I'm using the Crimson armor instead of the Hellstone armor, and the reason for that is the life regen. Since this fight's going to last so long, I wanted to go ahead and optimize for life regen. Oops. So these stingers are really the main threat during this fight. But if you can dodge them, I like to kind of dash through them, and that really helps. And then the little bees are easy to kill with Fiery Greatsword. Oof, taking too much damage here. We just got to be careful. I don't even bother. I'm just going to dodge during these parts. You can't really do too much damage. Eh, we could probably kill that guy. Oh, sweet. She's standing still. But she only stands still for just a second. Okay, we need to be more careful here. Oh no. Making too many mistakes. Try to collect some of these bees, maybe get some hearts. Just do some dodging here. At this point, I don't want to risk missing a dodge in order to maybe get some, you know, small damage with my flame ring. So we'll just wait for her to finish doing her lunges. And hopefully heal up in the process. Man, she's not summoning many bees right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. We've got her down quite a bit. Just gotta dodge these little stingers. It's so good to have a dash for that part. Yes. Time to tank her. And we just do a little dodge. Just stay away from that dash and do some damage. Uh-oh. Okay, well, at least we've got some healing that we could do right there. And I think we might be able to get her. Okay, maybe not that time. Oh man, she's shooting so many. True melee. I think the flame ring probably would have been viable as well, but it was just so much easier to use the greatsword. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Ooh, we have the beekeeper. First try. Excellent. And we have a hive pack. I'm curious to see if that's useful against the wall of flesh. It could be a nice combination to have. And then we have the queen bee relic, which I think I'll just put right there. And we even got the sparkling honey, which summons the little queen bee pet. Another thing I wanted to mention is that the reason I built the arena this large is not actually useful for the queen bee, because I pretty much fought the entirety of that fight in this top segment. But I like to build an arena in pre-hard mode while things are still pretty easy, because then this can double as a Plantera arena later on. And that way I don't have to build a Plantera arena with turtles, you know, jumping around and hitting me and, you know, all sorts of difficult enemies from hard mode. That's just kind of my way of doing it. Oh, we have a queen bee trophy as well. Let's go ahead and put that down. And I am so excited that we got the beekeeper first try. I think we can go ahead and put that on. That might be useful to have in like maybe the dungeon or something. This means that next episode we can head right over to the dungeon and we can do a Skeletron fight. I'm pretty excited about that. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. It's been a really fun time exploring the jungle and defeating the queen bee. Now we're powered up. We've got the goblins, so we can re-roll all of our stuff. So we've got good rolls now. And we'll be able to enter the dungeon and see all of the new things that have been added to the dungeon. I know there's lots of new traps and dangerous things in the dungeon now, so I'm excited to see that next episode. If you're enjoying this Master Mode Melee series, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.